No matter where you travel, you will never find a place combining so well natural beauty, historical monuments, hospitality, and entertainment. According to mythology, god Helios chose Rhodos to make his home, which might be why, ever since, the island has been basking in the golden rays of the sun. Friendly yet mysterious, cosmopolitan yet deeply contemplative, full of colors and contrasts which stimulate the senses. Dedicated to life, who make it more beautiful. Its privileged geographical position in the southeastern Aegean, opposite the coast of the Asia Minor, have always contributed to the island's economic and cultural development. Over centuries of history, deep are the marks left by those who at times claimed and sculpted it, with the desire of settling there. Stone walls clearly delimited the ancient and the modern sector of the city of Rhodos. In the newly built sector, the cosmopolitan atmosphere, imposing neoclassical buildings, large market with eponymous but also traditional products, give the sense of a contemporary town. Surrounded by busy, well-organized beaches, featuring such imposing monumental buildings such as the Cathedral of Evangelismos, the Prefecture Palace, post office, and the National Theatre. The modern sector of the city of Rhodes is certain to gain the admiration and interest of its visitors. Mandraki is the island's historical harbour. With a toothed ear at its entrance. Marking the spot where, according to tradition, the two legs of the legendary statue of the Colossus, one of the seven wonders of the ancient world, astride once stood. The St. Nicholas Lighthouse and the three medieval windmills complete the picture of one of the most scenic aspects of a seaside boulevard. The island's casino is situated in the Hotel of the Roses, once a legendary venue for the world's crème de la crème. The hydrobiological station, hosting rare species of fish from the entire Mediterranean, is an excellent example of eclectic architecture. Mount Smith Hill offers a panoramic view of the town as well as the island's entire northwestern side towards Ixia, with its luxury hotels and idyllic beach. The Temple of Pythian Apollo, the town's protector, reigns on the top of the hill, along with a Hellenistic stadium dating from the 3rd century BC, the location where the Ali Athletic Games used to take place, the largest celebration of the ancient Rhodians in honor of the god Helios. A small, outdoor, reconstructed marble theatre next to the stadium gives visitors an idea of what the site may have looked like in ancient times. Each year, the International Writers and Translators Centre of Rhodes welcomes cultural personalities from every corner of the earth. The International Piano Competition promotes music with contestants from all over the world. The National Art Gallery, whereas the frequent cultural events organized by the municipality of Rhodes, all aspire to making off-Rhodes a global centre of culture. The gates of the stone walls, which divide the old town from the new town, work as ancient time machines. Once you walk through them, you sense the presence of the Knights of St. John. You return to the Middle Ages and feel the need to stand by the Grand Master Pierre d'Aubusson. Back in the year 1480, when fighting valiantly and showing the utmost degree of self-denial in the battle, he managed to keep the town from being captured. The town of the Knights, a living part of the island's history. Unique in the entire world and remaining in such good condition that it is still inhabited to this day. This is a World Heritage Site under the protection of UNESCO. The Street of the Knights, featuring the Knights' residences and the coats of arms at their entrances, leads to the imposing, impressive and timeless Grand Master's Palace, built by the Knights of St. John of Jerusalem. The Hospital of the Knights, currently hosting a museum. The squares with the fountains. Socrates Street with its shops. Pebbled alleys. And the mosques are only some of the unique architectural creations which one encounters. It is worth watching one of the shows at Sound and Light in your own language. A well-documented account of the island's history, complemented by sound and light effects, travels you back to the surrounding area's past. Cultural events, concerts, the medieval festival, days of music and art take place throughout the year, harmoniously combining the past with the present. Leaving the town behind and driving towards the island's southeastern side, we reach the village of Koskinu. It is a preserved traditional settlement, the houses featuring brightly colored facades, rich and quite original decorations and pebbled courtyards. The traditional melecuña are also made here, made of honey and sesame. These are sweets offered at weddings, believed to bring luck and enhancing the fertility of the newlyweds. Directly after Koskinu, we find the beautiful Bay of Califea with palm trees and the famous hot springs of Califea. The thermal bath facilities, built during the period of Italian rule of the island, the beautiful small haven harbour with its deep blue water, the recently renovated buildings with their unrivaled architecture are all impressive. The adjacent beaches offer the possibility of isolation, Leaving Calithea, the coastal road leads us to Faliraki. Here, the scenery changes. Some of the island's best hotels, rented rooms, good transport services, and hospitable inhabitants can be found here. Cosmopolitan and with excellent infrastructure, the area features one of the largest and most organized beaches in Greece. Every type of water sport, one of Greece's largest water parks, a small trail guiding you to the area's sites, restaurants with Greek and international cuisine, bars and famous clubs, all of which contribute to making your stay a memorable one. Only 2 kilometers from Faliraki, there lies the Bay of Ladikon. One of the island's nicest sheltered beaches. A site of unique beauty, a refuge for explorers of the Aegean and ideal for sunny days by the sea. The long beach of Apando features a modern golf course. Clean water and facilities for water sports. The beach of Colombia now follows. It has everything anyone could possibly desire for a peaceful family vacation close to nature and the sea. For those who love the countryside, gargling streams, walks amongst pine trees, but also good food, Seven Springs is a dream location for them. The largest village in Rhodos is Rhodos. With a castle reigning over the houses and its remarkable traditional architecture, Rhodos makes an impression. To this day, the inhabitants practice the art of pottery making, and they strongly uphold their manners and customs. Do not miss paying a visit to the facilities of the Faith and Association, where you can see close up the rare small horses that live there. Zambica, Stegna and Jaraiki are remarkable beaches located close to Rhodos, which combine the green of nature with clear blue water. Rhodos is situated 50 kilometers from Rhodes town. It is an especially charismatic location. The settlement blends in harmoniously with the natural environment, creating images of the unprecedented aestheticism. The symmetrically built, white-colored houses ascend the rock with the Acropolis at its peak. The village's paved alleys and noble Copton houses with their pebbled courtyards stand witness to its glorious past. Today, some of those operate as rented rooms, whilst others house every type of the commercial activity. The donkeys of Rhodos tirelessly offer their services for an effortless ascent up to the Acropolis. Stone steps take you from one level to the next, finally leading you to the summit. The temple of Lydia and Athena, sheltered by the sheer cliff facing the sea, still raises its stature with grandeur up into the heavens to this day. The view is truly magnificent. The long sandy beach, framed by the bare rocks which form the picturesque protected bay, spreads out before us to the left of the Acropolis. To the right, we find the small harbour of St. Paul with a modest church, believed to have been built on the location where the saint himself preached the word of God when he had visited the island. Nature then takes center stage. Virgin, remote beaches succeed one another, whilst beautiful picturesque villages emerge from the blue and green scenery. Asclepios, with the Byzantine Church of the Virgin Mary, built in 1060, the Venetian castle, built in 1200s, and the folkloric museum. Yanadi, with a long, beautiful beach, restaurants with fresh seafood, and the old church of St. George. The villages of La Haña, with its rare architecture, and Katavia are the final frontiers before we reach the island's final point, Prasonisi. Windsurfer's paradise. Here land and sea become one during the winter months, separating in the summer to form a wide strip of sand, thus making it possible to approach the rest of the island. Nature has also been generous when it comes to the northwestern side of the island. Wonderful beaches, large hotel complexes with excellent facilities and a constant change of scenery. In Rhodos, we will distance ourselves from the beach for the first time to ascend to the top of Philarimos Hill. We walk along the path featuring the stations of the cross, leading us to the clearing with a gigantic cross and wonderful view. Behind, we find the marvelous Byzantine church standing amongst the remains from the Byzantine and Knight periods. The island's inland can reveal rare natural beauty and locations of unbelievable attraction. The Valley of the Butterflies is definitely one of those attractions. An unbelievable habitat with lots of running water, which form waterfalls and small lakes with wooden bridges, well-kept paths, and countless butterflies fluttering all around. The sight is truly breathtaking. Thousands of visitors flock each year to the valley to enjoy the images of a stunning beauty. Leaving the inland behind momentarily, we pass through the villages of Soroni, a traditional community, and Fannes with the idyllic small fishing harbour. Finally reaching the site of ancient Caminos. In prehistoric times, the Melantian gods were worshipped in this area. It was founded by the Dorians, as was Ielissos and Lindos. Caminos was mainly an agricultural community, and its residents produced oil, figs, and wine. It is significant to note that this ancient town disposed of a water supply system, with water reaching the town through a sophisticated network of piping, initially made of stone, which was later replaced by clay. Caminos was the first Rhodian town to mint coins. The seaside road leads us to the castle of Května. The coat of arms belonging to the Grand Master d'Amboise and the Grand Master Orsini, indication of its medieval origin. The derelict church of St. Paul is located within the castle, built on the top of a rocky mountain. It stares out onto the sea even to this day. The castle of Monolithos is located southwest of the like-named village, on the top of the huge sheer rock close to the shore, and was constructed by the Knights of St. John in the 14th century, so they could control the sea passage and protect its inhabitants from pirate raids. The monastery of Prophecy is situated in the forest with the towering cypress trees. The mansion buildings, built during the period of Italian domination in a South Tyrolean style, such as the mansion of the Italian commandant De Vecchi, as well as the renovated Elafos and the La Fina hotels. The location of Fundugli, with the Church of St. Nicholas, one of the island's nicest Byzantine temples, decorated with marvelous 15th century wall paintings. Following are also interesting sites. The village of Elosa with the large cylindrical fountain, one of the homes of the rare Gizani fish, we are certain that with this attempt we have succeeded in bringing you in contact with some of the main areas worth visiting. One is for sure, no matter how many times you set out to discover Rhodes, it will always remain an unexplored island. Inexhaustible trails and haunting locations and unprecedented natural beauty will always appear wherever you may delve.